I was being harassed by the government of the Sandinista guerrillas because the fact that I had been a teacher working for the high school of the sons and daughters of the army in the former government,
Yeah.
that made me a target. They labeled me like a contra-revolutionary person, which was not true. I had three little kids and I was not going to pose them at risk doing anything. However, they stoned my roof tin, my windows, painted the walls saying that I was a spy or contra or whatever. And in my job, they harassed me several times, and until they got rid of me for doing nothing. And in the document that I will show you, I have the proof that 2 months before I was like Superman. Nice teacher, excellent teacher, very nice person, very proficient, very efficient, very this and that. 2 months later, I got laid off after 13 years teaching because I was not a good teacher, I was not a revolutionary, I was not this and that, blah, blah, blah. So they left me for 2 years with no job. We had to survive selling our rings, our jewelry, all that were, for example, my 15 years gold chain, everything valuable to survive. So we decided, because we heard that the American government was giving asylum to the people who stepped in the ground, the U.S. in the inside. And if you had proof of the problems, political problems, you could apply. My wife sent me the documents, which I grabbed here by DHL, which was pretty expensive. And I could get the documents to step in the office and the immigration officer in San Jose, and I presented my proof that I deserved it from my own judgment to be a refugee. So several years later, the immigration office summoned me. I made my defense with a book that I had prepared with all books and pictures and all very well organized. Letter of commendation from the legal counsel in the company, from the CEO, from all those persons, and they said, if you want, this company can ask the government to allow you to become a resident permanent. And I said, thank you very much, but I will try to do on my own, and if they don't accept me, then I will gladly accept but I don't want to compromise the company. So I was learning subjects about export import. I learned a lot. I made myself technician with DHL to export things that I had to send to 308 branches around the world, packages and documents and all that, because we were the brain, the main office in San Francisco for the corporation. And I was the person in charge of moving all those documents. At that time, there was no email, nothing like that. I think that every single person deserves to look for the happiness, for the better possibilities for their life. Now I'm a retiree, my wife is retired too, and we are not rich. May or might not have fulfilled with that, but I feel happy with me, with myself. I think that I was so fortunate. Honestly, I came and the first week I submitted my papers, picture that I have in front of me and I can show you. I stepped in the immigration officer's office in San Jose, and I, under oath, I submitted my papers asking for asylum, which was intended to be denied. For several years, I remained in a limbo, in the twilight zone. Uh, Luckily, my employer, I was a good employee, and my employer did not pay attention, especially because I was a good worker, and they were not um, willing to lose a good employee, which which was making, I would say, less than 50% of any other American worker employee that performed all those tasks that I was doing, because I took on my own to become the manual procedures into computer procedures, because I was a computer programmer in database 3. So I was able to do programming. At that time, there were not software available in the market. If someone want to make the programs, had to pay a programmer, charging $40 an hour, and they pay me only $10.50 for the same job. However, that company gave me medical, dental, and vision coverage with the insurance for me, my wife, and my 3 kids. All what I had to do was work like a dog from 7 to 5, if it was necessary, more. I never tried to do less but more. So my boss always were happy with my behavior as a worker. That was the role that I had to play, not to try to become in a work that deserved everything, you know?
Yeah.
No, I was a worker who was doing a decent job day and day and day and day. I did not get sick. Even if I get sick, sometime I went to work because I did not want my kid, my paycheck, and my coverage, my insurance, and all that. So I sometimes had to work sick,
Yeah.
but it was part of the life.